We still live in a country where you get better treatment in the justice system if you're rich and guilty than if you're poor and innocent. I understand that you weren't aware of specific studies I cited, which are central to the important work of the U.S. Sentencing Commission, which advises federal judges or provides recommendations to federal judges. So I just want to give you an opportunity today to share what studies, articles, books, law review articles, or commentary you have read regarding racial disparities present in our criminal justice system.
Well, Senator, as you know, the sentencing guidelines do give judges guidance on imposing sentences, and so I am familiar with the sentencing guidelines because there's something when we review sentences that, we need to draw on and apply. In addition to the sentencing guidelines, the Sentencing Commission, as you say, does issue studies, or sometimes we get things from the Federal Judicial Center that talk about it. It's not something, I'm certainly aware of it. I think it's kind of an obvious point that there's still racism.
But and forgive me for interrupting, and I'm especially concerned because of Joni Ernst, who's been teaching me about Iowa Nights. I do not want to become mad. I was actually asking specifically any books you can name that you've read on this subject, or law review articles, anything that you specifically read outside of the sentencing guidelines.
Well, Senator Booker, I would say that what I have learned about it has mostly been in conversations with people, and at Notre Dame, as at many other universities, it's a topic of conversation in classrooms, but it's not something that I can say, yes, I've done research on this and read X, Y, and Z.
I respect that. You've answered the question. Again, another study by the American Bar Association, which I recommend to you, shows that a person with a felony commitment in America is subject to 40,000 collateral consequences. In other words, we now have in America the war on marijuana. It's affected, in 2017, there were more possession of marijuana arrests in America than all the violent crime arrests combined. Overwhelmingly and disproportionately African-American people. Saw it used at Yale and Stanford, not at Notre Dame, just played them in football. But my point is you see that if a black person is not more likely to use marijuana, but they're more likely to be convicted of a felony for it at some 3 to 4 times the rate, I hope you can see that that means that they're going to be more likely to lose other liberties, other rights. It so deeply affects their lives, their voting life, their ability to raise their children when a parent has been put in a position where now, because of that felony conviction for doing things that 2 of the last 3 presidents admitted to doing, they now can't vote, they now can't get jobs, they now can't get many business licenses. This is such a deeply affecting system that is disproportionately harming one class of citizens based upon race. And so here we are in the midst of and I return to the not normalcy of this moment in American history, where you can't turn on the TV and watch basketball without courageous athletes trying to talk to the heart of America to say, please listen. Please listen. The system is endangering lives, taking away liberty, taking away your financial well-being, taking you away from your children. There are people marched in all 50 states, 18 other countries, because African Americans, when they're jogging, sleeping in their home, are being killed. And we have a nation now where we're doing a Supreme Court justice hearing, the last days of an ongoing election, to a president that can't even condemn white supremacy, where he tells white supremacist groups, stand by, where they're menacing and literally recruiting people to do so-called poll watching, which many people have sounded the alarm in African-American communities, dredging up memories of the past of people intimidating people at polling places. People protesting in our country, all leading into an election where this issue and Roe v. Wade and people's health care, all is going to be on the ballot, but yet we're sitting here acting like this is normal. And I have a great deal of respect for my colleagues, because some of my colleagues courageously have stepped up calling out studies from and articles and writings from the Heritage Foundation, from the Cato Foundation, from AEI, who've all spoke to, with data and facts, the pervasiveness of racial disparities. The America, something's going on where the New York Times bestseller list, the Amazon bestseller list had books stamped from the beginning: The Color of Law, Just Mercy, The New Jim Crow, bestsellers all throughout America as people are seeking to know what the facts are. And so I hope you understand my heart when I look at a justice who it seems that, as the fix is in, is going to serve on the Supreme Court and hasn't taken steps to understand the pervasiveness, the facts, the truth about cases of race that are going to come before you in a system right now that so many people feel like is unjust, that those words written on the building of the Supreme Court, equal justice under law, doesn't apply to them. Because they see, as Brian Stevenson says, that we still live in a country where you get better treatment in the justice system if you're rich and guilty than if you're poor and innocent. And so I appreciate the conversation that we've had. And I wish we had more time. But there's a lot of fear, as I've talked to you about yesterday. There is a great deal of concern about the way this is being done. And I just am deeply, deeply worried about the implications to the fabric of our nation, as I said to you in our phone conversation, with the way this is being handled. And so I'm very grateful with the decorum and candor with which you've answered my questions. I hope that you feel like I've treated you in the same way.
Yes, thank you, Senator Booker.
Thank you.